Hello, my name is Asensio and I am a physical education teacher. Well, as you know, physical education teachers give classes in secondary school, but we can also give classes to higher education level of physical activity and health, in which introducing terminology in English is important for developing the contents of our subject. And related to this higher education level of physical activity and health, I have designed these two activities in which, well, I would like to the students learn some terms in English related to the topic related to aging. And generally speaking, I have designed these two activities thinking of using an active and novel methodology so as to motivate my students. I am talking about flipped classroom methodology, which I will explain later. And specifically, and concerning the activities, the first activity is based on gamification through the online Kahoot platform. And on the second activity is developed following the criteria established for working in interactive groups according to the successful education strategies programs. You have to know that nowadays this program is offering amazing educative results in schools all over the world. So, well, I'm going to explain my activities. Activity 1 is called Learning the Main Aging Terminology by Kahoot. Well, Kahoot is a game, this is true, and to play a Kahoot, the teacher must prepare some questions and answers and then introduce them on the platform. In my case, particularly, I have prepared the questions so that students should look for the correct definitions for each term. Specifically, there are 12 terms. There are airway, alveolar ducts, blood cortisol, bone mass, free radicals, heart rate, lifespan, metabolic rate, nerve cell, renal system, spondyloarthritis, and stiff diaphragm. Well, certainly all these terms are related to aging, this is true. But in the glossary which I designed in task 1 contain more terms. But I have decided to use these 12 terms basically for two reasons. First, they are truly important for the understanding of aging, and the second, because the rest of the terms that I used in my first activity maybe semantically are easier to understand rather than the 12 terms that I have chosen in this activity. Okay, Kahoot, when the structure of the game is complete, we will obtain an URL that I would like to show you. Is this URL? You can take it because it's active now, and after that Kahoot will give you a game number that we should offer to the students, and only after that they are able to enter the game number in their mobile phones in order to start the game individually or in pairs, maybe. And I have prepared this screenshot in order to show you the start page before the game. And the game Kahoot, it's very interesting because the students can see the score and because they play a competition, so it's really interesting. And well, let's see now about the activity 2. Activity 2, it's called the secret code. The students have to complete a puzzle that will give a secret code. We have to organize the class in groups from 4 to 6 students, and they must reorganize the puzzle. The puzzle is this. I would like to show you. This is a puzzle, and then you have to cut out the pieces and disorganize the pieces to the student. These are the pieces, and in each piece you can see definitions, you can see terms, you can see correct answers, incorrect answers, and explanations too. So students must walk to find the way in which all sides are coherent. For instance, in this piece, you can see her rate, and her rate is coherent with decrease with age. Is coherent, but this explanation, stress cause its increase, is coherent with blood cortisol. So, in this way, when students complete a puzzle, a code is formed, which is this. This is a correct answer, the code, and this is the final goal of the task. Talking about the purpose of these activities, the purpose of these activities is that my students acquire the vocabulary related to aging, because it is an important part of the subject of the physiology of the human body. What you have to know is that there are a lot of bibliography related to physiology of the human body in English, and for this reason it's really important introducing this terminology. And another question, on the question of whether the activities I have proposed have an innovative character. Well, definitely the answer is yes, because as I said before, they work according to the new methodology called flipped classroom. Let's see. According to the traditional methodology, the teacher in class gives the lesson and offer homework to these students to do at home. In opposition, when we work according to flipped classroom, the students have already studied the lesson at home, usually through tutorial or videos maybe, and it is in class where they work with this kind of activities. So it's amazing. With regard to the structure of the activities, well, I would like to say that they are designed to be motivating for the students and achieve a greater involvement in learning. The first activity, for instance, is related to new technologies, and we know that today students love working with mobile phones, tablets, or other devices. Furthermore, Kahoot is a game, and as teenagers love playing, but I am sure that they are learning while they are playing. And regarding to the second activity, the group work promotes the interactions and the achievement of the final result. So, during the first activity, the students know the terms and their definitions, and after that, in the second activity, other main characteristics related to the terms are studied. Well, concerning to the evaluation, the evaluation criteria of these activities, we could propose two evaluation criteria that will be evaluated through 4 indicators of achievement. The evaluation criteria that you can see in my document attached will be: know and understand the correct definition and the characteristics of the term used, learn to work in groups, showing respect to the other members of the group. So, as I said before, I will use 4 indicators of achievement to observe if the criteria have been achieved. This indicator is attached to and will be this. The student knows the meaning of the terms worked, the student understands the characteristic of the term used, the student masters the use of new technologies, and the student works as a team. Well, now, in order to make an adequate evaluation, I will use an evaluation tool that is very useful nowadays for teachers. It is a rubric of the IDOCAO application. This rubric will be this rubric, and with this tool I will evaluate the 4 indicators that are in the rows, and in the columns will be written the score for each one, that will be from 0 to 5. And in conclusion, these activities have been tested in class and work perfectly. Furthermore, due to their possibilities, these activities can be used for other purposes related to the introduction of English in my subjects. For this reason, this activity I have been really interesting for me. And well, this is the end of my presentation, and thank you for your time.